Today, we're going to be dealing with inflation. Now, before we do inflation, you need to understand what exactly is inflation. Now, inflation is defined as a continuous increase in the cost of goods and services over time. How do we calculate now inflation? Inflation can be calculated, can be done on a yearly basis or using compound interest formula. Let's do this example. The price of an electric blanket is 249 rands 99 cents. If the inflation rate on this item is 7.5% per year, how much, the question says, how much, this is very important that you understand what you are requested to do. How much will the same blanket cost in 3 years? Remember, I said we can do calculations on yearly basis, or we can do calculations using compound interest formula. But you must remember, CAPS requires us basically to use yearly basis formula. Now, let's check the very same blanket, which is 249 rands 99 cents. How much will it be in 3 years? Year number 1, we've got the original price of this blanket, which is 249 rand 99 cents. Now we will multiply by 7.5%, and then if we multiply this amount by 7.5%, we end up with 18 rands 75 cents. Then if you add 18 rand 75 cents with the original amount, which is equals to 249 rand 99, you end up with 268 rand 74 cents. That's year 1. And then what happens now in year 2? The very same blanket, year 2 is 200, and because of the inflation, year 2 it is 268 rand 74 cents. You still have to multiply by 7.5%, and when you multiply this amount for the second year now with 7.5%, you end up with 20 rands 16 cents. And when you add up 20 rand 16 cents with the amount that is on the second year now, 268 rands 74 cents, you end up with now 288 rands 90 cents. That's year 3, that blanket in year 3. But year 3, what happens now? You still need, because the inflation rate hasn't changed, now you still need to multiply 288 rands and 90 cents by 7.5%, and then you end up with 21 rand 66 cents. And then when you add 21 rand 66 cents with 288 rands 90 cents, you end up with now 310 rand 57 cents. It simply means that in 3 years, the same blanket will cost 310 rands 57 cents. Now, if you want to use the formula, that is compound interest formula, which I believe is just very easy and straightforward. You say now, you use the formula says amount will be equals to P. You know what is P? The P is principal amount, or you can say it's an original amount or an initial amount. Then you need to put this bracket. This is 1 plus the interest rate to the power of N. What is N? You also need to know what is N. N is the number of years. Now, the principal amount in this case becomes 249 rands 99 cents into 1, that's according to the formula, into 1 plus 7.5%. Here is our 7.5% to the power of number of years. In this case, our number of years is 3. So what you do in your calculator, you add now 1 plus 0.0 7.5. That's 7.5%, guys, you must remember. And equals to the amount that you get. You do not multiply by the principal first. You say now to the power of 3. I believe you know how to use your own calculator. You understand, you are familiar with the functions of your own calculators. You must remember the calculators are not the same. So you add 1 plus 7.5% to the power of number of years, which is 3 in this case, and then you end up with this amount, which is 1,242296875. Now, you multiply this amount as it is with the original amount, which is 249 rands 99 cents. You end up with how much? You end up with 310 rand 56 cents. You must know by now, all the amount, if we talk about amount, we mean that after a comma, you must have only 2 digits after a comma. So you end up with the same amount, whether you use the yearly process or you use the formula, you will end up with the same results. Now, you must just remember and be careful. You do not round during the process of the sum. You only round the final answers. I will repeat this one because you do this mistake time and again. You only round the very final answers. You do not round during the process of the sum. All right? We've talked about inflation, which is the amount. Now, guys, we're going to be talking about inflation rate. You need to be able to differentiate between inflation and inflation rate. You must know when I'm talking about inflation plain, what am I talking about? When I'm talking about inflation rate, what am I talking about? In this case, we are saying inflation rate is the percentage increase in the price of goods and services over time. Now, here we are talking about the percentage increase. We're not talking about the amount. Now, the table below gives the prices of certain products during the 1st of January 2012 and 1st of January 2013. Now, the question says you must use now the inflation rate formula, which is, it says in this case, is the latest price minus initial price divided by initial price multiplied by 100%. Remember, we said inflation rate is the percentage. So if we talk about percentage, we'll end up with 100%. Now, this is our table. Our table shows the products, and then column number 2 shows the year, which is now 1st of January 2012, and this one shows 1st of January 2013, and this one is the inflation rate. You must remember, the question said you must use this formula, the formula above, to calculate inflation rate. That time we were calculating inflation as an amount. This time we are calculating an inflation as a percentage. Now, first product, they say 1 kilogram of Omo in January, 1st of January 2012 was 46 rand 95 cents. The very same 1 kilogram of Omo in January, 1st of January 2013 was 58 rand 69. They say now we must calculate inflation rate. Now, fortunately, here in Mathlead, we are always supplied with formulas. They say we must use the latest price. In this case, which one is our latest price? In this case, our latest price will be 58 rands. We write down 58 rands, 69 cents. And then minus they say in the formula minus initial price. Initial price is the price during 1st of January 2012. How much was 1 kg of Omo on the 1st of January 2012? It was 46 rands 95 cents. Right? And then according to the formula, they say we divide the whole thing by initial formula, which is equals to 46 rand 95 cents. And then because we are calculating inflation rate that has something to do with a percentage, we multiply by 100. Do not forget this one, guys, please. Do not forget this one. We have latest price minus initial price divided by initial price multiplied by 100%. So what happens now is you take your calculator, guys. You don't just press brrr. There are calculators, they can work. The latest one, if you can calculate this without consulting your equal signs, you will be fine. But some other calculators, they need us to consult an equal sign every time. Now, this one says we have 58 rands 69 cents minus 46 rands 95 cents. I will consult my equal sign. That becomes 11 rands 74 cents. And then I still need to divide by 46 rands 95 cents. I divide by 46 rands 95 cents. I like to consult my equal signs. I consult my equal sign. I ended up with this. I end up with this amount. And all this amount now, I then multiply it by 100. Then my final answer becomes 25. My final answer now becomes 25,005 blah, 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 blah. So you need now to remember, your instructions will always say round off all your final answers to 2 decimal places unless stated otherwise. In this case, we need to round because they didn't tell us how to round this answer. We need now to round according to the instructions. So it means this number to 2 decimal places, we will end up with 25,01. And because we're calculating percentage, we end up now with 25,01%. Right, guys? And then example number 2 says, tomatoes in January, 1st of January 2012, that is a kilogram of tomatoes was 10 rands 50 cents. And then 1st of January 2013, the very same kilogram was 11 rands 50 cents. Now, you need to work out how much percentage was this one. That is, you work out now inflation rate, guys. I think this one will be your homework. Né? So what you need to do, you need to follow the process and then you end up with the final answer. Remember to round your answer to 2 decimal places. You must also remember that you are calculating inflation rate, so your units in this case will be percentage. I leave this one with you guys, and then till I meet you next time. Thank you very much.